All right, so today we're going to talk about, I'm going to model how you explain high fidelity wraparound to a family, but I wanted to set up a family that we can use as an example for modeling. And so, you know this case. I was thinking we could do the Lewis case, so that first case I had with that kid. So the setup for that is young man has a family, he's living with his grandparents. His dad's incarcerated. You remember this family? So his dad's incarcerated, grandma and grandpa are raising him. He has 3 aunts who are heavily involved, and then they have a few systems. So they have CPS involvement, they have adult corrections involvement, they don't have in-home, well, they have residential involvement, and they eventually had in-home involvement. But when I went into this home at the time, what was going on was this young man was in a residential treatment. Dad was just about to get out of jail. So everybody was coming home. The family was pretty, they were pretty sure that kiddo was going to be able to go back to his dad, but they didn't have all the information. So the grandparents knew that the kid had to come back to them. However, they were pretty worried about having to keep him long term.
Okay.
But for them, their crisis was they were raising his sister, who also lived in the home, and he went into residential treatment because he had he'd used a knife to slit the couch. So when I'm going into the home, grandma and grandpa are very, very nervous that this kid is coming home. They want a transition plan. They don't really have a need for a safety plan yet, or a crisis prevention plan, or a Band-Aid plan, because he's still in residential. However, they know a home visit's coming up. So when I'm going into the house, I kind of have this mindset that that's what we have going on. When you play grandma just has a lot of questions around, like, how is this going to help me? How is this going to help our family? How is this going to really show that this kid, what if he can't live here? So she was really, really nervous about him coming home, but also excited and wanted him to come home. Does that set us up okay?
Yeah.
And CPS was the referral agency for this one. So, but I'll explain that. Let's make this a separate video.